2010 BMW no start. What are we gonna do? All right, let's see what's going on. What happened is pulled up to the gas station, stopped for gas, everything was good, no check engine light, no charge light, nothing like that. Went to restart the car, nothing, like a dead battery. But it wasn't, and let's find out what it was. Okay, so we checked the battery, we know it's good, fully charged, no problem there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna confirm that our starter is getting signal from the ignition switch. So when you turn the key, there should be signal to a wire. What we can do is we can access that wire under this panel. I've already loosened it off. Here we go. Now, it's the white wire. I know you're saying, holy cow, there's a lot of white wires. But there's one that's a little bit fatter. This one here, see it? So, see it down here? That's where it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna back probe it. And when I say back probe, maybe some people don't understand, this is a back probe. Very small diameter and won't ruin any of these very fine connections. See how they are? They're very fine and you don't want to hurt anything or destroy anything. Some people think this is a back probe. It's not. That feels like this going in there. So use a small back probe, maybe a little pick if you don't have one of these little probes. Paper clip would be fine. Just make your own. Really simple. All right, so we're going to back probe that, and what we're going to do is we're going to test for power. So I got my test light set up here. There it is, clamped on the ground. We'll confirm that it's got ground first. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to touch it to the other end of my back probe as I turn the key. Now that takes way too many hands to do that and hold a camera, so I'm going to have to do that off. All right, here we go. So we had power at that wire. So the only thing I'm leaving out is from this panel to the starter is the rest of that wire. Now I haven't tested that because you can't get access to the starter because it's underneath the intake down in here, way down in there. So the other thing is I can hear it click when I turn the starter, so I know it's getting a signal. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check ground. All right, we'll try this test. I hooked up a battery jumper cable, negative, to this block here. Okay, and to the engine block, and we'll turn the key and see if it starts. If it does, that's our problem. If you find that your ground is good, so you've tested it with a test light, you put your clamp on your test light on here, hook it up, and touch the ground on both ends of your booster cable, and it still doesn't start, but you hear that click sound, I'm going to say starter. If it's the starter, you're going to be taking that intake off to get access. And you don't have to take it completely off, you can move it out of the way, just enough to squeak in there. I've done one of them on here and on one of these cars, and they're not that bad. I think I did it in 2.5 hours or so. But anyway, ground cable's a lot easier if that's your issue. You only want to change the parts, that's your issue, right? So, okay. Okay, so we'll just go under the right front of the car. Right under here. So under here, and we can see this ground cable right here. See how green it is? And I've already loosened it up, that's why it's wiggling around so much. But it's, if you squeeze it, pinch it, you can hear it squishing, and it's all the little strands breaking. That's high resistance, and you're not going to get a good flow of voltage through this cable. So I'm going to change that. Just undo the 12 mil at that end, 12 mil up here on the frame. It's just going from your engine to the body right here. There we go. There it is, all loosened up. And I'll put the new cable and we'll have a look. So I went with the cable right from BMW. You can see that this grommet here, this retainer that holds it into the body, is not exactly center. It's closer to one end than it is the other end. So when we take the old one off, we'll make note of that and make sure it goes on the same way. Here we are side by side. This is the engine end here, body end here, and there's the grommet, and you can see how poor this is. And if I pick it up, it just drops down. There's nothing to it. It's definitely an issue. This is a new cable, like I said, from the dealer. I did see that the part number changed and it updated, so it's actually updated cable, which is great. All right, let's get that thing on. Okay, new cable's installed. Everything's tight. Sprayed a little lubricant on it, keep it all nice. We'll put the shield back on underneath and make sure this thing starts. So I just wiggled that cable around and look at it. Look how frayed and bad it is, man. Jeez, junk, man. Definitely way too long on there. All right, good find. All right, let's give it a try. Beautiful. Look at that. Very nice. That's what I like to hear. All right. So I think changing that cable was a good thing for sure. Well, it was a good thing because now the car starts, but you'll notice that the idle is a lot cleaner. And of course I didn't tape that or record that before, but it did have a little bit of a waver to it now and then. And I wonder if that was just the engine, the ground breaking down. Anyway, a good fix. Car's running, still need gas. All right, so thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks. Talk to you again.